the new Creator live album, London Apocalypticon. Say that 10 times fast. Creator is becoming one of my favorite metal bands. But I'm gonna turn this off because I don't want to get in trouble. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna be listening to that later. Okay, so I got a big video for you guys today. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I'm gonna be talking about the mighty Metallica, but I'm gonna talk about two albums today that have kind of gotten a bad rap, but I feel have actually sort of aged pretty well. That's Load and Reload. All right, now these albums have been discussed many times, but I figured that I would put my 2 cents in. Okay, so let me tell you, first of all, oh, this was cool. I just saw this, by the way. I have the ticket in there from when I saw Metallica at Giants Stadium, July 8th of 2003, the Summer Sanitarium Tour. That was such a cool concert. So let me first tell, and this probably is going to be a long video. So if you like Metallica and you like to hear me ramble, like, keep listening. But if not, I apologize. My history with Metallica. Well, I've said this before, but the first Metallica album I ever bought was Ride the Lightning. And I fell in love with it right away. It scared the crap out of me. Fight Fire with Fire just beat me over the head. And then I've talked about this before. There's a picture of Cliff Burton on the back. And his skin is discolored. He looks like he's the living dead. And as a kid, listening to Fight Fire with Fire and seeing Cliff Burton's face, I was scared, but I was intrigued. And then, of course, Master of Puppets blew me away. I went back and listened to Kill 'Em All. I really liked that album, not my favorite Metallica album. I also remember And Justice for All. I remember the day I listened to it for the first time. I was on the bus. I had my Walkman. My friend lent me the tape. I put it in. It blew me away. I'd never heard anything like that. The guitar tone on that album, the longer, proggy songs, it was amazing. And then the Black Album came out. And like other Metallica fans, I wasn't sure what to think at first. And I remember being in the mall, and I was going to the record store to pick it up, and my friend was coming out of the record store. He must have just opened it, popped it in his Walkman or whatever, or CD Man or whatever he had. And he said, he's like, dude, you're not gonna like it. It doesn't sound anything like Metallica. And I remember that the Black Album sort of took a while for me to warm up to, but once I did, that album is amazing. I love it, but I'm not here to talk about the Black Album. I'm here to talk about what came after, Load and Reload. Now, Metallica lost a lot of fans with the Black Album because you had a lot of those old school fans saying, this is not Metallica. You know, they can't be singing ballads. Their music can't be so well produced and sounding like radio friendly stuff. So they lost a lot of fans with the Black Album, but they also gained a crap load of fans with the Black Album as well. So Metallica was at this juncture where they're like, do I keep pushing forward and making those new fans happy and probably gaining even more fans because the musical climate's changing, or do we harken back to the old days? Well, they chose to go that new path, and they alienated even more of the old time fans, but they did gain even more new fans, and maybe people who had never heard of Metallica were turned on by what they were hearing on Load and Reload, and turned on by all the videos that Metallica was coming out, because there was a crap load of videos that they did for the Load and Reload singles. All right, so what I want to do today is I want to reevaluate these albums, and I want to tell you at the end of the video which album I think is better. Okay, so that was like a long 5-minute intro. I apologize for that. I told you this was going to be a long video. Okay, so let's talk about Load first. Not even going to talk about the cover. It's kind of disgusting if you think about it. But this came out in 1996. I was actually in college when this came out. This was produced by Bob Rock. The first thing that fans saw was the back, where here's Metallica dressed in really nice clothes, stylish clothes, sunglasses, short hair, and we were all like, wait, is that Metallica? It doesn't look like Metallica. And then when you open up the CD book, there are really no lyrics. They're just like snippets of lyrics. And here's Metallica hanging out with makeup and stylish clothes, and there are photos by Anton Corbijn. So wait a second, am I looking at a U2 album or am I looking at a Metallica album? Like, this is what was confusing us back in 1996. It wasn't just this musical change. It was also, wait a second, Metallica cut their hair. Metallica is getting photos by Anton Corbijn. Metallica is wearing makeup. Metallica is wearing fuzzy coats and jackets. What is going on? So looking back now, I almost feel like maybe it was too many changes. Not that they were bad changes, but maybe it was like too much at once. And for us old-time fans just coming out of the 80s, we were kind of like at a loss, okay? But looking back now, I can appreciate what Metallica was doing. Listen, the musical climate had changed. It was 1996. Grunge had taken over. Power and melodic punk had taken over. Bands like Alice in Chains and Green Day and System of a Down and Stone Temple Pilots and all those bands, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, were at the forefront. Metallica didn't want to be just that old 80s thrash band that nobody cared about anymore. They didn't even want to be that band that came out with the Black Album. They wanted to be standing with those other bands of the time. So they changed their sound, they changed their look. And at the time, it was, jarring to see this. But looking back now, I can see why they did it. And it worked for the most part, okay? Now, this is not your traditional Metallica. So if you listen to Load and Reload, you're not going to hear Master of Puppets. You're not going to hear Ride the Lightning. You're going to hear an updated, newer Metallica. Okay, the production is top notch. Bob Rock does an amazing job on the production. He produced such albums as Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue. So he was coming from that sense that, like, let's make an album sound the best it can, put it out there. We want to make the album. And, listening to this album still today, it sounds amazing. Amazing. It just comes out of the speakers and grabs you. Everything is just top tier when it comes to production. Now, let's get into the songs, because like I said, I want to talk about each album, and then I want to tell you at the end which album I like better, okay? So we're talking about Load first, all right? Yep, we're talking about these guys. All right. Oh, they also changed their logo too. That kind of pissed a few people off too. I don't know. It was 1996, right? We were all wearing our Pearl Jam t-shirts and our freaking, what do you call it? The shirts, the flannel shirts, right? I don't know. It was 1996. All right, so it opens up with Ain't My Bitch. Love it. It's just heavy, in your face. Track number 2, 2x4. It's groovy. It's heavy. I love it. What I like about these albums is Metallica was going for more, like they started it in the Black Album, but they even more with Load and Reload. Slower, mid-tempo, groovy, bluesy riffs, just sort of like that you want to just bang your head to. Not like a thrash bang your head, but just like, yeah, this is freaking awesome. They were getting good at that. James Hetfield's vocals, he started to get, I'm going to use the word cute. He started to get a little cute with his vocals. He started to do that, ooh, yeah, type stuff, and sort of some different styles with his voice. It was good. I like his voice a lot, but that, I think, maybe threw a few people off too. It was not, the old James Hetfield singing Ride the Lightning or, Fade to Black or something like that. It was a different style, but I like it. It's good. I like his vocals, but he started to get a little cute in these albums. Track 3, House That Jack Built, got a killer chorus to that. So far, so good. I like all these all these songs. Track 4, Until It Sleeps. This is sort of slow. It's a building mid-tempo rocker. I really like this song too. Track 5, King Nothing. Love it. I think they did a video for that song as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It starts off really strong for me. And then it starts to lose steam a little bit. Hero of the Day, you get a real grunge vibe on this song. It's never really been my favorite. And again, none of these songs are bad because, as you guys know, I listen to everything. I mean, I listen to country, jazz, rock, folk, Broadway show tunes. So I'm coming from, many musical tastes, and I'm listening to this. And I also love thrash and punk and hard rock, heavy metal. So I listen to everything so I can appreciate everything. So when I say that I'm not really into these songs, it's not that they're bad. It's just that they've never really grabbed me too much. Okay. So I apologize if you like some of these songs. Awesome. I'm not saying that they're bad. It's just that for me, it just doesn't grab me as much. So Hero of the Day is one of those songs. The next song, Bleeding Me, is another one. Just never really did much for me. Okay. Now track 8, The Cure. Like that song. Really good. Track 9, Poor Twisted Me. This is another one that really didn't do it for me. It's sort of bluesy. It's got some distorted vocals on it. I don't know. It never grabbed me. Now the next 3 songs, Wasting My Hate, killer riff, awesome song. Track 11, Mama Said. This is different. This is an acoustic ballad, which I really like. There's also some slide guitar on it. Yeah, Kirk Hammett is doing some real cool slide country guitar on it. So I applaud Metallica for trying something different. That's really cool. They didn't get stuck in a rut. Track 12, Thorn Within. Love it. It's got a real Black Album vibe to it. Now, track 13, Ronnie. Not really into it. It's sort of like a country type, swagger type song. Again, I love country music, but it just doesn't work for Metallica. And then The Outlaw Torn. Yeah, this is a great way to end the album. It's around 9 minutes. It's slow. It's grungy. It's Sabbathy. What was the term that Cloudy Milder used? Sabbathian, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to start using that. It was Sabbathian. I think that's what he said. So overall, Load is a pretty good album. I like Ain't My Bitch. I like 2x4. I like House the Jack Built. I like Until It Sleeps. I like King Nothing. I like Cure. I like Wasting My Hate. I like Mama Said. I like Thorn Within. And I like Outlaw Torn. The only songs that don't really do it for me is Hero of the Day, Bleeding Me, Poor Twisted Me, and Ronnie. So only 4 songs. So I like 10 out of the 4 songs, or 10 out of the 14 songs. That's 71% of the album. Not too bad. Now, let's talk about Reload. Similar cover, right? This came out a year later in 1997. Great cover on the back. All right. This continues with the sound of Load. But I feel like it's a little heavier. So let's get into the songs. Track 1, Fuel. Awesome. Still playing it to this day. Great song. Track 2, Memory Remains. I love that song. The memory remains. Just slow down. Just great stuff. Track 3, Devil's Dance. Yeah, it has a sad but true vibe to it. Track 4, The Unforgiven 2. Some people thought it was cheesy to have a second part to The Unforgiven. I don't. I love that song. Track 5, Better Than You. It's driving. It's heavy. Yes, love it. Track 6, Slither. Mid-tempo, heavy, cool vocals by Hetfield. So the first 6 songs, thumbs up, love them. Then comes Carpe Diem, Baby. Not into it. It's one of those cute songs. I don't know. Metallica doesn't really do cute. Track 8, Bad Seed. Love it. Track 9, Where the Wild Things Are. This is different. This has a cool sort of echoey guitar sound in it. It's got a real 90s vibe. I like it though, Where the Wild Things Are. Track 10, Prince Charming. It's a thrashy song. Love it. Track 11, now this is different. Low Man's Lyric. It's a ballad. It's about 8 minutes long. There's a hurdy-gurdy in it. Yes, Metallica has a hurdy-gurdy playing in one of their songs. But it works. I love it. Track 12, Attitude. Another thrashy song. And then track 13, Fixer with triple X's. Fixxxer. over 8 minutes long. Sabathian, cool, screaming guitar in the background. This like really ghost-like screaming guitar. It's got a marching vibe to it. It goes on and just gets into your brain. Perfect ending to the album. So I think you guys know where I'm coming with this. There's only, I don't like Carpe Diem Baby. Is that it? Yeah. I like 12 out of the 13 songs on Reload. That's 92% of the album. So Reload, for me, beats Load. Reload is the winner. I would love to know what you guys think. Do you like Load better, or do you like Reload better? Or do you just not like either album? You know, looking back, because I've thought about this before, and maybe I'll have to do a video on this too. Originally, what I was going to do is I was going to make the Ultimate Load album and just tell you what the best tracks would have been for one single album. Sort of like what I did for Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. But then I'm like, you know what? They're both really good albums, and they both got so many good songs. It'd be hard to bring it down to just one album. So I wanted to just kind of reevaluate each one and tell you which one I like better. So obviously I like Reload better. Looking back though, at a management standpoint for Metallica, and again, you know, who am I to say? I mean, I'm just some guy who lives in Poughkeepsie. Metallica doesn't really give a crap about what I think, but I think the sound change was okay. You know, the musical climate had changed. I mean, you even think about bands like, I told you about Creator before. I mean, Creator made some mid-90s albums that sound nothing like traditional Creator, but they're really good stuff. You know, Overkill did the album I Hear Black, which was like a grungy album. Metal Church did Hanging in the Balance, which was, you know, sort of different. Oh yeah, Megadeth with Risk. So, you know, all those bands were trying different things, and because the musical climate had changed. So I think that was okay. I don't know if Metallica should have gone into like the, you know, let's wear stylish clothes and cut our hair and put some makeup on. And I think that was a little too much for fans. I think the changing of the sound was okay, but maybe they could have kept more of like a street look. And I know really it doesn't really matter too much. Like, who cares if someone cuts their hair? But I think it was like the combination of the music changing, the haircuts, the stylish clothes, the makeup, the photos by Anton Corbijn. Like, you've just got this vibe that Metallica had just embraced this commercial thing. And they had, I mean, and good for them, you know? They made a crap load of money off this stuff, and they're still making a crap load of money. And they're good albums. You know, but looking back now, I can see why they kind of rub fans the wrong way. So let me know what you guys think. And hopefully you like this video. Like I said, it was going to be long. I know I've kind of rambled a little bit, but I know that there are some Metallica fans out there in the VC. So let me know what you think. Do you like Load, Reload, or do you not like either of them? And, you know, enjoy the rest of your day. And listen to Load and Reload. Enjoy.